Hey, what's up? It's my Yang from Mix in the Dark. I hope that everyone is doing all right and staying warm. I know freezing temperatures and snow have hit some of us pretty hard, and I truly hope that the days get better. I have a few stories left from listeners that want to dedicate an episode to their loved ones who have passed, and we're going to use this last week of February to continue to celebrate and remember moments of love. This doesn't mean stop sending me stories of deceased loved ones. I will still read them and record them. They might just be published a little later on in the week as bonus episodes versus my usual Monday episodes. Please enjoy. When I was a little girl, my grandma from my mother's side, or Tais, was diagnosed with a form of stomach cancer that took her life away from us very quickly. I remember within months of her getting sick, family from all over the world flew to be by her side during the last few moments of her life. It got to the point where my family and I would be at Thai's house every weekend just to spend time with her. One weekend, when we went, I remember her being sick, very sick and weak, unable to even speak to us. That weekend, I saw her close her eyes for the last time. Because I watched my Thai passed away, I clearly knew what death was, even as a child. After my Thai passed away, I became a very firm believer that our loved ones are always watching us. I firmly believed that my Thai became my guardian angel. I often dreamt of her coming to my bedside to ploo my head or pat my head and tell me that she was still here along with a warm smile. Every time I dreamt of her, it was a reassurance to me that she was still around to make sure that we were okay. Fast forward to me graduating from high school. I was in a very abusive relationship and in constant cluelessness. I was unsure of what I wanted to do with my life, so I started attending the community college in town just so that I would have something to do. This was the darkest phase in my life. From schoolwork to work to this horrible relationship that I was wrapped up in, every day felt like I was just dragging by. I started to hate my life and even slipped into depression. On days I wasn't working or in class, all I did was sleep and cry. I locked myself away from the world, thinking that it would help me put myself together. It didn't. After about 2 years of this repetitive, miserable cycle, I finally broke down one night. I said aloud, "Thai, please give me a sign. I can't do this anymore. I am miserable and I don't know what to do." That night, I dreamt of her. In my dream, I had to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. My bedroom is right across the hall from the bathroom. So when I turned on the hallway light, I saw her standing at the end of the hallway. My Thai was wearing all black sweats as she did when she was still with us. She had the saddest look in her eyes. She was crying. I walked closer to her and said, "Thai, why are you crying? Are you okay?" The closer I approached her, the sadder she looked. Right when I was about to reach her, she nodded her head, "No," then vanished into thin air. I woke up from my dream and immediately started crying. I knew what she meant. I needed to leave the abusive relationship that I was in for my own good. A few weeks after I had that dream, I did everything to set myself free. I left the boy, I moved to a big city, and attended a big university. When I accomplished all of that, I had one last dream about my Thai. Once again, she came to my bedside to ploo my head and told me, "Minai, Thai mu lo?" Nhỏ ye luko yonu mona. Back on nia tekotsia. Meaning, my child, grandma is leaving now. Love your siblings a lot and help your parents. After she said these words, she slipped a $2 bill under my pillow and vanished. I woke up and found a $2 bill under my pillow. I never dreamt of her again after that. I believe that my Tais is now reincarnated since that was the last dream that I had of her. But I know that some part of her is still around, watching us to make sure that we are okay. I often think about her and wonder if her spirit also suffered while watching me suffer those years of my life. Now that I am more mature, I have started to understand the depth of a mother's love. And to this day, I deeply believe that my Tais knew she had to stick around to make sure that I was okay before she left. I believe that my Tais guided me in life and even in death. I am the woman that I am today because of her. Thank you for listening to Mix in the Dark. I'm your host, Ma Ying. Mix in the Dark podcast is available on Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, YouTube, and Facebook. If you have any stories that you would like to share, please send it to mixinthedark@gmail.com.